this episode of Bullets, Barbells, and Barbecue. I'm your host, Brett. Chris is not here. We got Matt. We got Tanner the Head. We got our show partners, Elite Nutrition Omaha. Check them out at EliteNutritionOmaha.com. Use code B3 at checkout for 10% off. Have you had a lot of people use B3? Can you tell? You've been keeping stats on this?
Actually, a lot more people come in, but we've had some people online, yeah.
Nice. If you go into the store, yell B3.
Get a free shaker.
Nailed it. Way better than last time.
There's such a delay behind that. Like, you know it's coming, right?
Yeah. He like waits for me to look at him. Like, it's like, go ahead.
Can I speak now?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you don't drive the truck, so I'm just waiting for instructions.
Yeah. Also, Rosewood Block. Check them out at rosewoodblock.com. They make the best barbecue cutting boards there are. If you're on our YouTubes, you can see ours on the table, front and center. And but yeah, use code B3 at checkout with them, 10% off. This is check-in.
I just want to say, if you ever want to know why we're laughing before these things starts, because there's a lot of shit talking happening, and Brett just hits the record fucking button and doesn't tell anybody.
Yeah, it's better that way.
Yeah,
Way
It's
better.
called blackmail.
yeah. There are a couple videos out there that are pretty solid.
Yeah.
Oh, they're good.
Yeah.
But it's check-in day. We were going to make a tutorial video yesterday on mounting an optic, except for my Prodigy, the mounting plate didn't work for the optic I have. So we're going to make that next week,
Perfect.
but we're going to put it on my Canik. So
That's a really nice gun.
that Canik.
Trigger on that is awesome.
Caniks are really good guns, especially for the money you pay for them. They're not overly priced. I was going to put it on my Springfield Prodigy, which I paid a little bit more for that one.
Also a really nice gun.
Also a really good gun. They try to call it the staccato killer, but I don't know if it's quite that.
Yeah.
But it is. It's a
heavy.
The Prodigy is a double stack 1911. You can't call it a 2011 technically because that's Staccato's thing.
Yeah. Oh, that staccato was also like they had the 1911. Or was that Kimber that had that first?
Well, the 1911.
Yeah.
I mean, that actually goes way back to Colt. Didn't they do the first 1911
Ah, yes. Yeah.
in 1911?
Wasn't it several of those manufacturers came together to do that? Didn't we look that up one time? It was like 2 or 3 manufacturers, I think, that came together to build
Might
the
have.
1911.
I mean, the 1911's been around since 1911. It's a pretty handy gun. So
Easy to remember.
it's usually a single stack, single stack 45.
Right?
My only downfall in 1911s are a lot of times the magazines are kind of rickety. They're real thin. Like, I feel like the metal's kind of trashy on them, but they're nice guns. I have like 3 1911s.
Yeah, I think we actually looked that up as they were trying to get something that had a little bit more power to it.
And it's really slim design.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fits in your hand nice.
Yep.
But Kimber also makes a great 1911.
Yep.
So, but yeah, check-in day. Tanner, you're still doing.
Yeah. Man, I feel... Well, I think you saw me here the other day. Freaking, I have at least a day or 2 of like plyometric and running. So like I've had to run like 100 yard tempo runs.
Ooh.
So yeah, so that's like 6 times up and down the mat is kind of what I count.
And your tempo run, like it's not a sprint. You're like, it's
Just a
this
tempo.
pace for 100 yards.
Yeah, just a tempo run. But yeah, it's fun doing like forward, backward, back pedals, freaking side shuffle and turning sprints, box jumps, plyo push-ups. Like that did the drop plyo push-up. So like you're up like on 4 inches
Yep.
and you drop down and then he didn't really say to do this, but then I just like plyoed back up on top of the box.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Yeah. So I just feel like my body feels way better, just instead of just beating you down all the time doing the same thing. And then the rucks are fun. I actually really like wrecking. The only thing I don't like is just like my back doesn't hurt as bad, but when you start, man, that upper middle back, like you're like, geez, Louise.
Just constantly sore.
Just like, yeah, it just doesn't ever feel good.
Yeah. The rucks they're interesting. They're not bad.
Yeah, we got
The
ours
people
in-
driving are the weird part.
Yeah.
I'll look at you like, is your car broke down?
Right. Yeah.
Look at these meth heads. Their car broke down. What are they doing over here? And I know you can do cheaper ways, but I think almost all of us have the Go Ruck packs. Yours isn't a Go Ruck pack.
Yeah.
Is
Well, I
it?
have the Go Ruck backpack.
Yeah.
So I actually have the Ruck.
It's a cool company. Just pay the money and support them. It's a cool company. They do a lot of stuff for veterans. I mean, they make quality product.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can, if you can't afford it, don't fucking go broke. They're not crazy. You can get a pack with a weight for a couple, $200-$300.
So my backpack, I think, is about like maybe $200, but it is definitely it is very well made.
Yeah, and if you don't want the plate, if you want to put something else in the backpack,
Yeah.
But the plates are designed to keep it closer, I think, to your body in general.
Yeah, doing it the way I do is pretty stupid. So I would definitely buy those plates because I just have a bunch of like weights and random shit in there.
And we're not sponsored by them. That's why I said it cost this amount, because we were not sponsored by them. But it's a cool company and what they do.
Yeah, I've had several of none of their actual like just rucking stuff, but I've had several of their backpacks. I've had like 2 different GR1s. So they make a the GR1 is their smaller one, and it's like I think they're like a 16 or an 18 liter bag, and then a 21 liter bag and a 26 liter bag. And then they make a GR2 that is a 30. They have a 30 liter one, 34 liter, and then a 40 liter one. And then they have a GR3, which I don't have any experience with, but that's big. That's like 45, maybe 50 liter bag.
That's a big bag.
But yeah, but the cool thing.
Which one do I have?
You have a GR1. Yeah, because it just has the one clamshell. Open. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the GR1, and so those are great. They're super cool, super durable. I had one for probably close to 7 years, and got it replaced once by GoRuck because some of the stitching on one of the zippers gave out, and like the zipper itself was too damaged, and so they just sent me a new one. And then I had another one that had like a tear, like one of the stitching on one of the seams blew open, and so they paid for the shipping to send it back. They redid all the stitching on it, sent it back to me, no charge. And now I've been using a GR2, mostly because I have that one for when I travel for work as well. It's just a little bit bigger, holds my shit.
And if you don't, I don't even have the backpack. Mine's just a plate carrier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
you
don't.
can get all that shit, but it's
And I think the plate carrier, if you already have some plates, is only like $150 or something like that.
Well, and like your plate carrier is really nice, and it keeps like I will tell you that backpack is just shit kind of.
Do you have actual plates that you have in it, or just like weight sitting in the bottom?
I have like
Bricks.
Fucking rocks.
Well,
and
I had bricks in there, but then I needed more weight, so it's like just plates, just like random like shit from my house. Like I just then I hung it and made sure I weighed 60
Right, yeah,
pounds.
it definitely makes So the good thing about having like the ruck carrier that Brett has, or if you have like an actual plate, is you can get that plate and it gets it closer to your body, and so like you don't have your like the center of mass just like bulging off your back. Which
Yeah, I
makes
do.
it a lot weird. Yeah. So if you really want to challenge yourself, then yeah, by all means, just load the
Be a
bottom with
dumbass.
bricks and rock. Yeah.
And I did order their weighted vest style one, but I know rucking is only under back, so I'm just going to keep the plate in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But the plate carrier, the straps, you got to, they make a long and a short one. I probably should have got the long one because they do. The straps can
Yeah.
get kind of tight on you if you're a bigger person.
Yep.
So look for that. But overall, they're a cool company. What they do, I mean, if you can afford it, support them.
Yeah.
You know, they did a lot of stuff with military,
Yep.
Stuff like that.
And I think they're the ones that kind of put it on the map, right? Like they started like
those
Go
Go
Ruck
Ruck challenge.
with the Go Ruck Challenge, and they got like selection and stuff. And I know a couple people have gone through selection to try to become one of the cadre who like lead the rucks, and they were like, it's no fucking joke.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
they
the
fucking-
cadre. I'm pretty sure the cadre that led mine was like into some like BDSM shit. Like,
Yeah,
he-
like they
he just
fucking
wanted to
smash.
abuse the
Yeah,
shit
they
out of
fucking
you.
smash you in the ground, and they're like, it's the real fucking deal.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah,
good
so
stuff.
we're still jumping. This week we just did some different depth jumps and stuff like that. I try to rotate so it's not just like a max jump every
Do you
week.
feel? Do you feel like more athletic? Like you're?
Oh yeah, because I think some of that is like with jumping, the fear starts to go away. You know, you
Yeah,
have
I
that
hope
kinda-
I get there quick.
you kind of have that fear that starts to go away. But we kind of do the similar thing. We kind of warm up with some prowler stuff. We do medicine ball throws, which are getting better,
Yep.
and then different style jumps. This one we were doing like depth jumps, and then we end up because we have the Titan soft boxes, which I think they're like, are they 28 inches wide? They're a square. It's
They
like-
are freaking nice.
So we started where you would
Super nice.
depth jump, and then when you landed, you had to jump over the other box.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah, so we had firefighter Jeff with us, who used to do CrossFit, and he likes to try to do it. And then he thought he was going to jump and clear both of the boxes.
that did not work.
Well, then he landed on the one, and I was like, I thought it was going to slide, but it didn't. But yeah, so we ended up kind of jumping over,
Those Titan boxes you have here are nice. The freaking Velcro is legit.
and they velcro
Like,
together so they don't slide on you.
yeah.
But yeah, we've been doing. And then we did our ruck with Matt yesterday, which was nice out. So,
Yeah, it was really nice.
and I don't know what Chris is doing. He's probably running. I don't know.
He probably ran quite a bit with a nice week.
Yeah,
We got to get him getting his. I need to get some times.
Right.
that's my running.
I need to get
response.
some times on Chris. We need to get some times. I need to see where
Right.
he's at.
Yeah.
I need an update.
He said he did because he was going to ruck with us yesterday. We had to leave early, but he said he'd already ran 2 miles or something like that.
But I need times. Like I need times because
Yeah.
he has
Like
a
how long
time
did
goal.
2 miles take? Yeah.
Yeah. All right, and then Matt, you're
Yeah, still on the 75 hard train. We're at day 11 after the reset. So that's still a little disappointing. Although one of the docs my wife works with,
hey man, only 64 days left.
right? He made it to day 50, either 58 or 68, and then fell asleep and forgot to read. So he had to start all over.
Ugh.
At the
Are you still running the midnight thing, or would you decide on your
Yeah,
restart?
I'm still sticking
Okay.
to the midnight, so that's my time cutoff. And lately, I've been doing like as I have some time in the day, I just go and get the reading knocked out. So it's not like the last thing I have to do in the day.
Yeah.
One less thing for me to forget doing. Yeah, still doing that. Obviously, sticking to the diet, rucking and stuff. And so yesterday we did our ruck here, and I overslept. I didn't oversleep. I was just super tired, so I just like turned my alarm off before I even went to bed. So I didn't do a morning workout. So I was like, well, fuck, I got to get a second workout in. And I happened to be over by Omaha Northwest High School, and I was like, well, fuck, I've got my ruck bag in here. I'll just go up and down the stadium stairs there because they're really steep, and like it'll be bad, but it's not gonna be that bad. It was that bad. It was fucking terrible. So I said it, and I'm just like
In your head, like as you were going, you're like, I'm gonna jog up these stairs, like
Oh, no.
a little Rocky moment, or
No,
or did
it
you
was-
realize you were just gonna?
No,
be
when
like,
I started, I was like, my goal was to just keep moving. Like,
Okay.
you just can't stop.
Okay.
And so I set my pace the first time was a little over 3 minutes to do the lap. So it has like 4 stairs, right? So it was down one, over, up the next one, over, down that one, over, up, and then I'd walk all the way back to the beginning and do it over. And so the first time took me 3 minutes. My last round took me 3 minutes and 40 some seconds.
30 minutes.
No, but the last 4, I thought I was going to die. That was my body was like, hey, listen, dude, like we're struggling here. Like the heart's yelling at us. we can't breathe.
Do you have a heart rate?
Yeah, it was 147.
There you go.
But so the absolute worst part about the whole thing was, I'm doing this. There were some like high school kids down on the field, and so I walked in through a gate they had unlocked up top. So I was like, oh, they've got high school kids down there. If they leave, they're probably gonna lock the gate, and so then I'll leave with them so I don't get trapped in here. Doing my walk, they had a coach down there who left, and as I'm walking past him, he's messing around with the gate, and I assumed he was just leaving. Finish my lap, come back around, look over at the gate. This motherfucker left and locked that gate. And so we're all like locked in the field there. Like high school
You
kids
and the kids?
Yeah, and the kids are still down there. And I'm in my mind, I'm like, well,
They have to know how to get out.
there's got to be another place to get out, right? They're not just going to lock these kids in.
Yeah, they don't have that weird like weavy thing, you know, you used to have
They
like
do,
the
but
pole.
it's locked closed.
Oh, good.
And so they have a sign up there that says like permit required to use the field. I'm like, first of all, it's a public fucking school. So get the fuck off of here. So I'm not going to go cut it off, but I think that chain might fall off one day because it looks kind of rusty. So I'm finishing my ruck, and I see a group of the kids, they come up, see it's locked, and then they walk down behind this storage shed. And I'm like, oh, then maybe there's a gate that's open down there. Come around the lap, and I see them walking up the hill on the outside of the fence. I'm like, oh, cool. No worries. It's open down there.
They climbed it.
The other kids go down there, and they leave out through that way. I finish my ruck, walk over there. This gate, padlocked. This gate, padlocked. This gate over here, padlocked. I walked the entire perimeter. Every fucking gate is padlocked shut. And it's a 10-foot fence around the entire field.
So you had to climb the fence.
So I'm like, fuck. So
With your ruck on?
well, no, I ended up throwing the ruck over, but at first I'm like, I'm just going to fucking kick this gate down. Like, I'm so done with this shit. I was so fucking tired. I was like, ah. And I'm like,
Gates
fuck.
are so strong.
Like, I'm stuck in this goddamn field. So they have a folding table down there behind the building that I drug over to the fence, and they had a plyo box over there that I stood up on the table and hung the plyo box over and dropped it, thinking like, hey, I can get up on top and I'll lower myself down onto this box and it won't have to like fall 10 feet to my death and like shatter something. So as I push myself up, I push off with my left leg, and immediately, because they're so tired, my left quad just cramps. And so my leg is totally locked straight, cramped, and I'm like up on the fence. And I'm like, fuck. And I was like, sorry, I'm just going to parkour this bitch. So I flip over it, and I land, and in my mind, I'm like, I'm going to land and tuck and like just roll on my side, and it'll be great. No. I just smash straight down on my asshole go to my side to roll, and just drive my shoulder in the ground and just lay there. So I'm like laying on the ground.
Did you go, made it?
I'm laying on the ground. I feel like I blew my taint out. My ankle's on fire. My shoulder's on fire. And like everything else just feels like I got hit. And I was like, cool. Well, at least I'm outside the fence.
And you lived to tell a story.
That was the worst part about it. I would have rather done that whole ruck again than climb that fence and jump over.
You remember when climbing fences wasn't a big deal?
Yeah. Like in my mind, I was like, oh, you can just get up and you can kind of do like the flip and twist and like land on your feet and it'll be fine.
We used to climb, our high school weight room was like a half wall, and then it was like fenced all the way up to the ceiling, and it was like probably the top of it was, I mean, it seemed like it was probably like 10 feet. So if like people weren't there, we would climb the fence to get in. But you had to climb to the pole because it was just loose fence up there.
Yeah.
You had to climb next to the pole. So, and like, we would just do it like no big deal. And I was like, that fucking thing is like all waving in the air and rickety and shit. Hop right over it.
Yeah.
Not now.
No.
No, I got to work the next day. You know, there's things going on.
Well, I think part of it is like when you haven't been hurt before. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're like, I would have just, if I hadn't been hurt or something, I probably would have just like flipped over and like, boom, all right, cool.
Yeah, like when you haven't been injured doing dumb shit.
Right.
Like we've all done dumb shit and just like you paid for it.
Yeah.
Like, but like every time you hurt yourself, you like slow down just a little bit for the next time.
It's been a long time since I've had to brace for impact from like a 10-foot fall.
Yeah.
And I'd rather not do it again because that was unpleasant.
So when I used to do CrossFit back in, you know, when I was going through that phase,
The day.
we were doing
It was pre-grinder.
Yeah.
CrossFit was like the precursor to grinder. I get it.
Whatever, muscle sandwich. What are you laughing at? Like I was doing like a legless rope climb, and it's only 15 feet probably to the ceiling, but like coming down, I'm like, and I couldn't get my feet hooked back up, and I just freaking like hung and dropped, like killed it. Like, but then like you just have to watch, like you have to look down to see where the tail of the rope's at, because that's what's gonna fuck you up is landing on that
Roll your
broken
ankle.
Yeah.
Yeah, no bueno.
No. I was really surprised with how much my taint hurt after I landed on the ground.
Yeah.
Like that was
I figured I had a callus on that thing by now.
right. Yeah, shit's been through some stuff. But
Lucky you didn't hurt your coccyx.
right?
You have to do one of those internal adjustments.
I would have done it myself.
You're not near bendy enough for that.
I just get a stick.
Oh, you have one already?
Yeah, I've got an adjustment stick I keep in the truck.
Oh, I think everybody got checked in there.
Yeah. What are you checking out over there, bud?
Well, what kind of clothes? I showed Matt this earlier. I think it's actually because we was talking about trying to be a little bit better every day.
Oh yeah.
And I like Andy Frisell. We've talked about this before. He sends like daily email things.
Just, you know what? I need you to quit saying Andy Frisell. You're just going to say, this is what I think.
No,
And this
'cause-
would be Brett.
Because I like Andy, and it'd be fantastic to have him on here.
That would be fun.
But he sends out a thing, and it's kind of a do you believe in yourself? And kind of something we talk about being a little better every day. And it said, don't worry. If other people believe in you, the only person you should be concerned is if you believe in yourself. And he said, the only way you can do this, improve to yourself, is over and over on a daily basis, is to continue to execute and get better and better and to prove to yourself. And then other people will notice.
Right.
That's kind of a summary of it. If you want to read his thing, I mean, you can get his email subscription. I'll post it on our Instagram, but that'll be today, which it'll be too late by that. But I'll post it. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's like, don't worry about if anybody else believes in you when you start something.
Right.
You start these, if it's your New Year's resolution, or you're starting 75 hard, or you're getting back into something, or, like program Tanner started or Chris is going to run. Who gives a fuck if anybody else believes in you? I mean, we in business, Tanner's got his business. Most people, when you start a business, don't fucking believe in you. Very few will actually believe in you. You know what I mean? And it's whether you're, like I said, you're starting a business, or you're getting into a fitness program, or you're overweight, thinking about getting started and what you're going to do. Who gives a fuck what anybody else thinks? As long as you believe in yourself and you continue to do it, if you're on a weight loss journey and you continue to execute every single day and do what you're supposed to do, they'll have no choice but to believe in you.
Well,
When you show them the results of what you've done. And you just have to keep going, even when no one pays attention. I tell people when we talk about members in the gym, people might not notice you at first, but if you consistently keep coming and show results, or even a customer at Tanner Supplement Store, Tanner might not always remember who you are, like the first time you come in, But if you keep coming in and you're showing progress, like you can be like, man, this guy's getting bigger. You know what I mean? Or, my client, Tom, that comes early in the morning, Tom's lost like 100 pounds.
Yeah.
And he's had multiple people, compliment him in here, but Tom doesn't care. He's just in here to execute and get it done.
Well, I think just a little bit like to that point, if you are like, especially with guys, like, you know how we all are. We all talk shit, right? We all talk shit. Like in the mornings, we're talking shit. But if you notice someone doing good, like it is okay to tell them, hey, like you're kicking ass.
Yeah.
Right. I try and do, I do talk a lot of shit, but I always try, like if I see anyone making progress or anyone working hard or anyone doing something or there was a guy deadlifting the other day, and I've never seen this guy before, bigger guy, double overhand at 585, like no hook grip. I'm like, did you just double overhand deadlift, no hook grip? He's like, yeah, I don't know how to hook grip. I'm like, it's pretty fucking strong, dude.
That's legit.
Yeah, like
just keep going.
But it's okay. I think I was talking with someone else, and like I lost my dad like 11 years ago. It'll be 11 years ago this year. Like sometimes we just don't, like when you're the guy and like you need something, like you look behind you, there's no one there. Like you just don't have anybody, like, or you just don't have that other guy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just so it's okay. Like if you see someone doing something, like or like your buddy or whatever, and you notice it, like it's okay to be like, dude, you're kicking ass, and also like you're a real fuckwad. Like like
So you gotta keep on their toes.
Right. Yeah, not too nice. Just nice enough.
But and you keep going, like with Tom, he's a good dude. He's worked his ass off,
Yeah.
And it's funny because I'll have clients that'll, once they start, seeing it or people compliment him, and I'll be like, God, remember how shitty you used to be? But I couldn't tell you then because you were like new. But now that you've got this far, look how shitty you used to be.
right.
And it's a little, we always say a little less shitty every day.
Yeah.
But yeah, just keep trying to be better. Like you said, don't worry about anybody else around you. Just do what you're doing and make them notice you.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And that kind of goes with our try to be a little bit better every day. And that's kind of what we're doing with these check-ins each week with people. You can comment, tell us how you're doing.
Yeah.
Tell us if you're struggling with something or you need help with something. We'll help anybody out. You know what I mean? We'll do the best we can. You guys got anything else?
Still rucking Friday afternoons.
Rucking Friday afternoons. Yeah, we try to do around noon, but we have to wait for Matt and his stupid calls.
Fucking jobs are the worst.
Yeah. Dave Tollefson was right. He told us we should all quit. He said, I don't know why you're working.
Really just fucking gets in the way of stuff.
Yeah. But
I'm gonna have to have you guys all out to the country. We can wreck my country run.
yeah, pretty booked up.
Yeah.
Pretty busy.
Oh, come on. We have like there's gonna be it'll be a solid 90-minute one all the way around. But I mean, you're in the, like, as soon as you leave my house, you're like,
A 90-minute one.
yeah.
What? We go
That's
45.
2 45s.
No, I know. We go 45. That's
Well, I mean, you can stop halfway there. There's no way to get back.
no. I'll go. Okay, we're 22 and a half. Turn it around. Boop, 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 boop. But yeah, we appreciate you guys listening. Just keep working at it, and we'll keep trying to put out some information and entertain everybody. You guys got anything else?
Nope.
All right, like, subscribe, share. We're on Spotify, Apple, YouTube's, and we'll see you guys next time.